Hi, my name is Carrie. I'm with Indivisible Buoy and Beyond Maryland. And today we're going to do a kind of learning series on how to navigate the Maryland General Assembly website. So this is mgaleg.maryland.gov. And right now we're looking at the home page. And so I'm going to point out some important things that will help you navigate to the information that you're looking for. So the first thing I'm going to bring your attention to are the announcements right here. So we have fiscal briefings, the session bill introduction dates, and those are the deadlines for introducing bills in this legislative period. Session dates of interest, start, ending dates, and some other information that one might need to know when you're looking into what's going on in the Maryland General Assembly. So scrolling down, here is our session information. So we can look at the status of both the Senate and the House. And as you can see, the Senate has adjourned until 8 p.m. today, Monday, February 2nd, 2026. And the House is adjourned until Monday, February 2nd at 3 p.m. And I'll do a separate video on what it's like to navigate these links that say adjourned, because that will change when the House is in session or the Senate is in session. You can click on that, but I'll do that in a separate video. Then here we have legislation, and Senate bill introduced, House bills introduced. So those are pages that will show you every single one of the Senate and House bills that have been introduced in this legislative period. So if you are curious, up to this point, there have been about 1,200 bills introduced. And then over here in the second column are the Senate synopsis of new legislation, House synopsis of new legislation. If you click on those links, it will take you to the synopsis of the last legislative session where bills were introduced. And let's just do an example here for House synopsis. And you can see here that these were all introduced on January 30th. There's 20 pages. And you can scroll through and just see what happened in the last legislative session. Cross-file bills, those are bills that have sister bills in the other chamber. So if they were introduced in the House and they're cross-filed with the Senate will have its own coding for that. So let's take a quick look at what that might look like. So SB 0001, Public Safety Law Enforcement Officers, the Prohibition of Face Coverings. It has a sister bill in the House, HB 0155, and it has the same title. So those are important to know. Click back on Maryland General Assembly to go back to the home page. Bills previously introduced. So those are bills that were introduced in a previous legislative session. There is one. Let's take a quick look. I think I just clicked on this random one in the Senate. It was a fiscal policy notice, and it was introduced back in, I think this one was introduced in 2024. So those are just ongoing bills that have been introduced in prior years and have some ongoing hearings that need to be addressed. Now, these three here are empty. Bills passed by both chambers. There have been none this legislative period. Bills enacted, bills vetoed. There are none on those pages because we haven't gotten to that point in the legislative session where we've enacted or the governor is vetoed. Bills with racial equity impact notes. So some bills may affect people of color and other minority groups in a specific way. And so these are research that will show how certain bills will impact people of color and minority groups. So motor vehicles, police stops, secondary enforcement, and excludable evidence. You can click on the document here and read what scientists, researchers say about the particular bills and their impact on minority communities. And then finally, we have today's calendar, which this is the committee meetings in the Senate. And so we assume that the Senate will be in session today at 8 p.m. Floor agenda, there's the laid over calendar number 2. That comes from something that happened on the House floor last Friday. Third reading of House bills number 1. So that will happen today at 3 p.m. And then other committee meetings, and I do want to show you a couple of things here. So click on any one of them and it takes you to this page where it shows you all the committee meetings today. So for here, if you click on meeting video for Montgomery County, these are delegation videos, and it will take you to the delegation YouTube page for the Montgomery County delegation. And so any of their committees hearings will be posted there. And then sometimes you will see a meeting agenda and handouts. So those are all really important things to know. And if you want to visit the House or the Senate for any of these hearings or to watch the session, they have witness guidelines. So those are for hearings, and they have them in very easy to read guidelines. The easy to read are more for children or those who maybe English is not their first language, and it has pictures. Plain language is just very straightforward text. Again, very, very easy to comprehend. The House Protocol guidelines are for if you're visiting and want to watch proceedings. So yeah, there's a lot of great information and really easy to navigate, and a lot of great things to know if you're looking for something specific. Like if you're just wanting to look over what bills have been introduced most recently, you'd want to look at the synopsis of new legislation. If you're curious to go through everything, you'll want to look through all of the bills that have been introduced in the Senate or the House. And if you're curious what's going on today, then you'll want to look at today's calendar. And then again, if you're interested in watching what is going on, then you'll want to look at the Senate here, the House, or scroll down and look at the committee meetings and see if there's any videos that you are interested in looking into. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and I hope this video was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you found it useful, and if you've got any suggestions, put it down in the comments below for topics that you're like, I don't know how to look this up. I will figure it out, because I'm new to this too. This is all a new skill, understanding how state legislatures work. We're used to Congress, but states is where we can have a lot of impact in our communities. So again, like, subscribe, and if you've got any comments for suggested topics, let me know.